Yo, it's your boy SleazyWorld Go. I just jumped off the porch with dirty glove bath.
How you mad she choosing me? I like what she do to me. She say she feel safer over here. This where the shooters be. She say.
All right, y'all. So we got Sleazy with us off the porch today. How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Now you got the whole crew with you. Let us know who it is in the back and right beside you.
It's my brother, 81 Hundo, my cousin, 2 Eyes, my nigga Twan, Baghdad. Y'all know about Baghdad. 6 guy, my nigga Poe, you know?
And basically your friends are from all over.
Yeah.
Now just talk about y'all's dynamic and like as far as the support goes with them.
Shit, like, we like the dream team for real. We all support each other, so that's how we got this far in the first place. Like, just the support, like it's been a team from the ground up, so yeah.
Now you are from 2 places. We got Grand Rapids and Kansas City, of course. You did talk about the cities being slept on as far as artist-wise, and I will say that you are correct because I haven't heard a lot of people say that they come out of Grand Rapids or even Kansas City as well.
Yeah.
So just talk about that for us.
Shit, it's just like the cities like we coming up out of, like the industry overlooked them cities, you know what I'm saying? That's not like a music city, so it's like, it's hella talent there, but it's hard to make it out because it's like, ain't nobody watching that city. So that shit just hidden. It's just all hidden talent in each city.
And how would you say you were even able to get to where you are now coming from those cities?
Shit, for real. Grinding, the support from the cities, you know, and shit. Really the support from the cities, like them support me, they playing my shit. Motherfuckers travel a lot. My shit was like my music travel with them. So it's like they'd go to a different state or they'd be somewhere else. They'd put a motherfucker hit. Like my fans, they want to convince everybody like this the best artist. So it's like every time they convince the motherfucker, that motherfucker convinced the next motherfucker. So like that shit just start circulating through the world for real.
How would you say you were even able to like build up a good fan base for yourself?
Shit, my music, it was just good music and it was different. It was something different, so, you know, both of them combined, that's like,
well, I'm sorry.
That's the cheat code right there.
What'd you say?
Good music, that's different, that's a cheat code. That shit rare, so they just fuck with it.
So I often wonder like how artists are able to really keep their sound. Is it like you don't listen to other artists or like how are you able to just be unique with your music?
Nah, I listen to other artists, but shit, staying true to myself. Like what they doing with their music, that's their own type of art, their own type of craft. So it's like, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't gonna like make me go in the studio like, all right, bet.
Right.
You just did this with this shit. Let me figure out how to do my shit like that. Like, nah, that ain't what it's about, you know? It's about creating your own sound and your own way with that shit.
I love that. Now, getting into your background, what were some things that you was into outside of music?
Basketball. I wanted to be a hooper. I didn't want to be no artist.
Really?
Yeah.
Was you playing like throughout high school and all of that?
Hell no, I was just playing in the streets for real.
Oh, wow. So when did music come about for you?
Shit, that shit been around like since we was young. Like me and my brother, we used to like battle rap each other around like age of 6. So it's like we used to fuck with that shit, but I really just believed in bro as like the rapper. I thought he was gonna make it. That shit wasn't my dream.
Damn, so I'm trying to figure out like when did you realize, okay, I might be really good at this and we gonna pursue it like full time?
Shit, for real, it's like coming from, it ain't really a lot of options to making it, you know what I'm saying, being rich, you know? Like my mindset, I always wanted to be rich. I couldn't be no worker, so it's like, I'm like, shit, I'm good at this shit, I know I'm good at this shit, let me just run with it, you know? And it was like circumstances, situations. It was like more so like motherfuckers just like doing a nigga wrong, and I'm like, shit, all right, I'm good at this. I want to make it so I can shit on them motherfuckers. So that shit gave me motivation too.
And as far as like people doing you wrong, is it like friendships, like family, like that?
It was a lot. It was relationships, friendship, family. Like it was like all that shit put together.
Did you find that it was like therapeutic for you as far as jumping into music, just going through all of those things?
Yeah, see, that's why I always depended on music. Like I always went to music like when I was like dealing like with shit in life and shit. So like music I always had like a good, like strong relationship with music. Like I depended on music for a lot of shit. You know, motherfuckers depend on weed, liquor. I depended on music. So it's like, I already love music, hella. But I just didn't, I ain't love making music. You know what I'm saying? I just started love making music.
When would you say you just started loving it?
Like 2 years ago, 2020, I'm gonna say. Yeah, like 2020, I started it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first made my first song in the studio, I ain't really love it, cause I ain't know the hang of it, but after I started going to the studio a lot, it started really doing that shit. It started to, you know, like going through life shit, and then going to the studio and expressing that shit.
Right,
that shit was another way of me, like, you know what I'm saying, to build that bond and relationship with music, you know?
So I do know that you didn't really know you were buzzing like that until you got locked up in 2018?
Nah.
Or was it? Oh, that's not it?
Nah.
Oh, shit.
Shit, when I started knowing my shit was going crazy with music, like on my music tip was like, yeah, like 2020. When I dropped my first song. So.
Your first song, 2020. Okay, bet. Tell us about that.
I dropped some shit called Sliding. Yeah. I dropped some shit called Sliding and shit. That's probably what you meant. I ain't know that shit was going crazy for a minute.
Yeah, that is.
You know what I'm saying? It was around COVID, so when it had the summer jumping. Like when I found out that shit was going crazy, that's when I'm like, all right, bet. My first song went crazy. A lot of niggas' first songs don't do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in a pandemic, like,
In
Jesus.
them small cities and shit like that shit hard.
Damn, that's crazy. So did you like reach out to like any blogs to get your music out there, or how did you go about marketing yourself?
Nah, I never marketed myself. I ain't never like did no promotion. I just put my shit out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I always just put my music out. Even if, like the song that's going crazy right now, I never marketed that shit. I just put that shit out.
Wow. Okay, so would you say, basically, is it safe to say that you feel like you found your purpose with music?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't tell like other rappers to not market their shit, but like me personally, I just never did it. Like, you know, like coming up doing the music when I first started, like I wasn't financially stable to just put money behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, shit, around us niggas like, I'm not paying for no motherfucking promotion. That's like paying for views in the hood. That shit dead. You
Y'all wait, so do y'all feel like paying for like, you know, to get on the blogs, y'all feel like?
Like when I wasn't knowledgeable to the shit,
yeah. Like you paying for views or something. Like,
yeah,
it sound like it. You paying for promotion. Like what? Fuck that shit.
We can do it ourselves.
Yeah, like.
But now that we know it, it's smart as hell.
Niggas ain't think that shit was like motherfuckers like look down on that shit for a minute. Like we ain't really know nothing about like just the like motherfucking the way to go about with your music career, like to make your shit take off. It's a lot of shit you can do. Motherfuckers pay motherfuckers to do TikTok shit, you know what I'm saying? But ain't shit wrong with that shit, you know? If that shit could make you a hit song that's gonna make you millions, do that shit, you feel me?
Do you have people around you that kind of help guide you as far as how to move as an artist?
Nah, I really like shit. Everything that comes, like when it comes to like just the music and like the brain behind the music, that shit just me.
Wow,
Yeah.
so it's like learning as you go.
Yeah. And it's like I be knowing this shit. I feel like somebody taught me this shit in another life or something. 'Cause, like I be knowing shit that I ain't never was taught. Like I be
Really?
just,
Like
yeah.
give us an example.
Shit, just going about how like the steps I took to make it, you know? Like all the steps I took was like the right steps to make it, you feel me? And like I had to think of those steps. Like I had to like, you know what I'm saying, really make those decisions on my own. It's like, but I already knew what to do. So it was like, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. So I guess I want to know like your full-on journey then of basically how Sleazy's world, you basically taking us into your world. So we want to know how you got to where you are now.
Shit, back to the first song, 2020, I dropped that sliding and shit. The story about the sliding song, I guess you can say this promotion, but it ain't no paid promotion. I had posted a snippet of it on Facebook and shit, and people got to commenting on my story like, what's this song? Let me get this song. And I had made a little snippet for it, and I sent it out to him. I'm like, I send him the snippet. I'll be like, record a video, you listen to this snippet. You know what I'm saying? And they'd record a video, and the motherfucker hit them up, and they'd give it to them. And be like, record, this the only shit we got. We only got this preview of it. So like, before I released it, that motherfucker was already going crazy. Like, motherfuckers like knew the course already. So like, when I released it, everybody caught on to the song. Everybody like, what's this song? What's this song? Cause they felt like they was left out, cause everybody already knew like the course and shit of it. So motherfuckers felt like they was left out or like late to some shit. That was hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. So when would you say, like, I guess I would ask you, what would you say were like some major lessons that you had to learn as you've been on your journey with music?
Shit, the main lesson I had to learn was like, believing I can be something big, you know? Cause like, we're just the cities that we coming up out of is like, nobody really make it out them bitches. So it's like, you ain't got nobody to like give you hope, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't look over and be like, oh, my uncle or a motherfucker I know that went to school with me made it in the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Off of rapping. So it's like, you ain't got nobody to look at in your city. You ain't got no hope. You ain't got no faith in that shit. You ain't got no belief in that shit. So it's like, a long time I ain't believe I can make it, for real. I had to start seeing that shit happen.
I do want to ask you, what advice would you say for any upcoming artists who just feel like they cannot make it out their city?
Really that, just believe in yourself. You gotta make motherfuckers believers. That's like really the main thing, you know? I had to make a lot of people believers, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first came out, motherfuckers like, that's a one-hit wonder after the sliding. Motherfuckers like, he ain't even topped in the city. Like he ain't gonna make it to this next level. So it's like, I had to make people believers. Like, you can be good at some shit, bro, but you gotta make the next motherfucker believe that that shit good. Like I said, my fans, it was making motherfuckers believe like I'm the next hard artist, you know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, wow. So they were saying that you was gonna be a one-hit wonder.
I mean, yeah, it's always gonna be motherfuckers that's going.
Every song though.
Every song.
So I know, especially when you were going viral for Sleazy Flow, they looking at you probably like, okay, is he gonna make another?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, with the Sleazy Flow, they said that, they said like, cause my shit was going crazier before TikTok. Motherfuckers don't even know that. So it's like, my shit was already past the million some views before TikTok. I was at like 3 million on YouTube before TikTok, you know? So like, motherfuckers was saying like, he paying for his views. Cause they ain't never seen that shit.
That was their motto.
That was their motto.
Where we from, they don't see that, so they like, he
He paying for that
So
shit.
they was like hating, basically.
They listen. When a motherfucker, I learned one thing I learned is like, when you from a place, motherfuckers feel like it's like when your child leaving home to college. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, or like, say for example, my brother making it, like he finna go somewhere important in life, but I can't come with him. You know what I'm saying? Or my mama finna pay for him to go somewhere, but she ain't paying for me to go either. I'm gonna try anything to be like, nah, hell no. If he going, like he can't. If I can't go, he can't go either. So I'm gonna try to make him stay at the crib with me. It's the same thing with the city. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will look at you like a motherfucker making it out the city, and they can't come with them, or they ain't do it first. They gonna want to bring that shit down. They like, hell no.
Oh,
they don't
wow.
want that shit to happen. It's motherfuckers that's in the city like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't like that, but it's people like that that don't want to see a motherfucker leave because you ain't taking them with them.
So would you say that you basically had to like move out of your environment just so you could go farther?
Nah, I'm still in the trenches. I ain't really let that shit bother me. That shit don't mean shit. I know the bigger picture. The bigger picture is putting the whole city on, making sure there's a lot of motherfuckers that came up where I came from, you know what I'm saying, make it out too. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers that's hate. That shit don't mean shit. They in the crib. You know what I'm saying? On their phone all day. They ain't got shit, you know, going with their life. It's like only far they can go, you know what I'm saying? They life damn near over now. So it's like shit, they like shit, I ain't make it in my lifetime. Let me try to stop this young nigga from making it. You feel me?
Or use them to make it, like.
Yeah, so it's like that fame shit, that shit a drug to the world, you feel me?
Whew. Man, especially with social media, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Hell yeah.
So how would you say that, how would you say with your recent success, you've been able to remain humble and not let the buzz around you right now get to your head?
Shit, I'm a humble person. Like, you know, I'm a Capricorn. We don't really do too much. We kind of nonchalant. So it's like, I don't know, I always been humble my whole life, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm rich, I got money now, I don't even move like I'm rich or I got money now. I still feel the same as when I was broke.
Really?
But I just got money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when I be about to buy shit, I be like, that shit too high. You hear me? That shit too high. That shit don't make sense. You feel me?
So I want to ask you, whenever you reach a certain amount of success and you feel like you have a really good amount of money, what do you plan on doing with it?
I mean, I got a good amount of money already, but it's like, it's so much goals that I want to reach, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this shit just the beginning. And then I'm so focused on my music, like, I ain't really been focused on the money. I just been focused on getting to where I want to be in my career. Like, that been my main focus. I've been on the road doing these promo tours. I've been grinding, like, doing the groundwork, because, like, that shit really what matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really in this shit to become one of the biggest artists. I ain't in this shit just for the money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like whenever you go into it trying to chase the money, that's when you start to crash out.
Facts, you get to doing dumb shit, you know what I'm saying, just for the money. That's what's changed niggas' sound. They start making music for the money. They ain't making music for their fans no more. They making it for the money.
And like how people are telling them to sound, like,
Yeah.
because you know when you reach a certain level, you got a lot of people around you. So it's like whoever they see as like the biggest that's telling them you need to sound like this, like, you know, they start changing their sound. I hate that shit.
Yeah,
Don't change your sound.
No.
Don't change your sound. Now, I do want to ask you, how were you even able to discover your distinct sound that you have?
Shit, you gotta start off by finding out who you are as a person, like discovering you. You gotta know yourself inside out. If you wanna be an artist and really be something different, you gotta just know who you are first. You can't just get in that shit, like you said, like just looking at other artists and be like, shit, I wanna do music because it is artists. Nah, you gotta wanna do music because you wanna, you know what I'm saying, tell your story or who you are and shit like that. So that's like really the main thing about me finding my sound, was just me finding out who I was and shit.
What would you say is like the growth you've seen within your artistry from Big Sleaze till now?
Shit, they all chapters. So it's like, it's definitely a growth, like the quality, the way I just ride beats, my flows is different, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna be a level up, you know, so you go through life, you go through different shit. Me being in the studio, I learned that bitch, you know what I'm saying? I learned that bitch, now I mastered that bitch. So it's like, now this new project that's coming out, that bitch gonna sound totally different from the first one. So yeah.
Now, with this new project coming out, how would you describe the vibes on this?
I mean, that shit, it's all type of vibes, you know? You got that Sleazy Flow vibe, Baghdad Flow vibe on that bitch. We talking our shit on that bitch. Yeah, it's just me. It's like my whole sound. Like I'm introducing the whole, I'm introducing like just, you know what I'm saying, the sound of Sleazy, you know? Like Sleazy Flow was just the introduction to this tape.
Right.
Like it's introducing you, like, that's why it's called Sleazy Flow, like the shit put together.
All the projects, all your other projects, you can hear the sound in them.
Like when I was telling you and shit, like, I feel like somebody taught me this shit before the life. Like Sleazy Flow, like I already had this shit planned before I even thought of this tape. Like Sleazy Flow is basically like me introducing, that's why it's named Sleazy Flow, I'm introducing them to my flow. The tape called Come Here, and it's like me telling the world, like, come on, that's my sound, you know what I'm saying? That's why you think about the Sleazy Flow. Tape called Come Here.
Come on, man, the Sleazy way.
Like, come listen to this shit. It's a new way.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell. Now, even speaking of going back to Sleazy Flow, I know you got people doing freestyles now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what's that like?
That shit cool. It's cool to see, like, you know, bigger artists, like big artists. You know what I'm saying? Like other good artists, you know, see what they do on the beat, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, it's named after me. Like, just like my Sleazy Flow, my flow inspire motherfuckers. Like it got motherfuckers wanting to hop on that bitch. Like that shit that hard. Everybody wanna make a remix to that bitch.
Dang.
Everybody wanna do a flow now.
And the reason I even asked you that is because it's like when you were recording the song, did you even think that it was gonna do what it's doing?
Yeah, I thought that bitch was gonna do that.
It was.
You felt it, like you was like,
Yeah, it's crazy because like all the songs I made, I ain't never felt like,
Real shit.
cause I make good music a lot. Like I'm a hard critic on my music. Like, so I ain't saying that to be cocky, but I make good music though. Like I ain't gonna make shit that's whack. So it's like with that song, I just knew that shit was different.
dang.
I knew it was what I was trying to get. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the times I was making music, like this is what I was trying to get to. Like, yeah.
How long would you say you were sitting on this song before you decided to release it?
Shit, like 3 months. I sit on my shit.
You say you sit on your stuff?
Yeah, I sit on my music.
Yes, it on the song.
Cause I be having shit. I be having plans for that shit. Like, I be having plans for that shit.
Do you
So
feel
it's
like
it's a time for everything. Like you really gotta make sure you drop shit at a certain time. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna ask you going into that. So do you feel like it's working better for you to just like have a strategic plan instead of just drop?
Nah, for sure. Cause it be like moments of life got different sounds to them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look back and like of a memory, it's a song you can like think of and be like, man, that should remind me of those times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm picking the songs I'm finna drop, it just gotta remind me of the time that I'm in. I don't give a fuck if the other song harder, but if that shit don't remind me of what I'm going through right now or what's like just going on in life right now, I ain't gonna drop that bitch.
So where would you say the inspiration with Sleazy Flow, how did that come into play?
Shit, just
Real action.
just introducing, you know what I'm saying? Just my personality, putting it in a song, you know what I'm saying? My sound, like this Sleazy Flow, you feel me? It's a new sound.
Now this new project, Come Here, what would you say, well actually cross it out. This new project, Come Here, what would you say is like the influence of this one?
The influence? I ain't gonna lie, making this project, I thought about my son the whole time, so. And the cover is me and my son, so yeah, for real.
Oh wow, how you like fatherhood?
That shit, everything. That's like the main thing I'm happy about in life.
How are you able to balance like all of this around you and of course spend a good amount of time with your son as well?
Shit, when I ain't busy, I ain't doing shows or I ain't, you know what I'm saying, shooting videos or out of town, taking meetings or, you know what I'm saying, on the radio, I'm with my son. So it's like, anytime I'm not doing shit, I'm with my son. Ain't shit else to talk about.
Right.
With my son, that's it.
Now talk about the creative process with Come Here.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. The project Come Here, I really finished that bitch before I even signed my deal.
Really?
I did it like in the midst of like meeting labels. I did that shit in each state. I got songs from LA, New York.
Finesse of the game.
I got songs from everywhere. Like I was just recording on the go, like in a moment.
Oh shoot, so we getting like, this is like
Not for sure. Right. Within, like,
organic,
That shit an
like.
album, low key.
3 weeks, nigga, whole tape down.
Like 3 weeks.
Do you got any surprise features you can talk about?
Nah, we got some shit coming.
We got some shit coming. We got some shit coming.
Now what else can we expect from you this year?
Shit, more hits. Shit, more shows, big shows. I really want to go. I want to go on tour this year. But yeah, we going to the top this year, man. We breaking this new sound as a whole. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, that's what's coming from me. I want to break a lot of artists too out of these cities, Gand Rapids, Kansas City. So it's like, got my label starting that shit up too. So yeah.
Now with your label, you already got the name and stuff for it, huh?
Yeah, SleazyWorld, easy change right here.
Oh shoot, y'all lit. Now, do you have anybody signed to you right now, or you?
Nah, not yet.
Not yet? Oh, that's super dope. And is there any artists that you want to work with this year?
Kodak, Riley. Yeah.
I can definitely see that. For sure, the Kodak too. Y'all would go crazy together. That'll be hard as fuck. Now, before we wrap up, any last words or shout outs?
Shit, nah, for real. Shout out my nigga. Shout out SleazyWorld. Shout out my mama, your son on TV now. Yeah.
How you mad she choosing me? I like what she do to me. She say she feel safe over here. This where the shooters be. She say ain't no paper up over there.